Welcome back to math. Last class we learned about slope-intercept form and how we have to solve for b in order to get a new equation. Today we're going to use the other formula, the b formula, that can also be used. It's called Pointslope. Pointslope formula. Okay? It's something kind of similar to the other equation. The only difference is this one you arrive right at the end of that equation instead of like last class where you had to solve for b and then you had to rewrite the equation. This one looks a little longer when you write out the equation, but you skip all that other part where you have to plug it back in because once you get the answer, that's it. Okay? So the formula we're going to use today is y minus y1. Let me do it a little lower. Y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. Okay? It might look a little complicated. Don't stress out. We're gonna work on it together. Okay? So make sure you write it down on your notes. Pointslope formula, and then the formula which is y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. Okay? If you need more time, pause the video. All right, guys, so the example for today is we have a slope that equals -2, and then we have a coordinate that passes through the point -4 and 6. Okay? It passes through that coordinate. Now, notice that your slope is already solved for, so you don't have to really use the equation on this one to solve for the slope. All we have to do now is label the coordinate. Remember, makes it easier, x and y. So we have x and y. Notice I don't put x1, y1 because there's only one coordinate right now. So, on that note, when you have the equation, you notice I have y minus y1. The y1 is referring to the y of the coordinate, okay? The same with the x1. It's referring to the x of the coordinate that is given to you. So now we're going to plug it in. So we have y, because it's just a y, just a regular y. So we have y minus, because the equation is minus, y1. According to our y, our number to plug in is 6. Equals our m, or our slope, which is already given to us, which is -2, right? Good. So -2 parentheses. Again, we leave the x. It's just an x. Minus, because of the minus of the equation, x1, which in this case is -4. Notice that you have a negative from the equation and then the negative from the number. Negative times negative is positive. So plus 4. Okay? Now that we have that, so we have y minus 6 equals -2 parentheses x plus 4 and close the parentheses. Now we do a step called distribute. Okay? We're trying to get rid of the parentheses here. So we're going to distribute the -2 times the x, -2 times the 4. We're not going to do anything over here because nothing to do right now. Okay? So we distribute 2 times x, bring this down, y minus 6 equals negative 2 times x. Notice that it's just a variable, okay? There's no value yet. So all we're going to do is write it as negative 2x. Now we have negative 2 times positive 4. Positive times negative is negative. So 2 times 4 is 8. Now that we have that, there's one more step to do. Okay? One more simple step. Now, if you remember, on the formula we learned last class, it was y equals mx plus b, right? That is the formula we're trying to arrive at. That's the formula that we use for graphing. So in order to leave y on this side alone, we have to get rid of the 6, right? So we have to move it to the other side. So the opposite of negative 6 will be positive 6. So plus 6. Again, you do it to both sides because of this, remember, scale. You will unbalance everything. So that cancels out. You're only gonna do positive 6, only to the number. The reason why is because the 6 doesn't have a variable, okay? They cannot combine with the variables, but it can combine with other numbers that are just numbers. So we have plus 6, so we're gonna do over here, plus 6. Now that that happened, we can say that, let's erase a little bit up here, so we have more room to write. We can say that we're left with just the y, right? Because we got rid of the 6. So we can say y equals, nothing happened to the 2x, right? So the negative 2x, so that stays. Negative 2x. Now we have negative 8 plus 6. Notice that the negative is bigger than the positive, so your answer is always going to be negative. But we have 8 minus 6, which is 2, right? So negative 2. Doesn't this kind of equation look familiar? It does, right? We covered it last class. It's called slope-intercept form. Okay? So we are done with the problem. We arrived to where we wanted to arrive. So here's your assignment for today. All right, guys. So the assignment for today is the slope is given to you, which is negative 3. Okay? Is the coordinate the graph passes through is also given to you, which is at negative 6, 2. So you're going to turn it into a slope-intercept form equation. Once you do that, I would also like for you guys to graph it, just so I know you're good with graphing, so we can get a little more review on it, a little more practice. Also, make sure you send your notes in when you're done. So as soon as you're done watching the video, work in the assignment and then send it in. All right, I'll be waiting for you.